Hey, today we're going to talk about Windows Basic Skills. If you want to run ahead, you're welcome to run ahead. But this first part, I'd like you to pay attention for just a minute. Windows stores files on storage media, typically referred to as a hard drive. Sometimes you use a flash drive. I have the flash drives on the way. They should be here maybe Thursday. We'll see. But a file is a collection of bits and bytes. A file usually makes up some unit that's useful to you. It might be a Word document. It might be a text file. It might be an MP3 file. It might be a video. Some files are bigger than others. But a file is a single complete kind of piece of data. Sometimes it's working with other pieces of data. Your compiled programs are a file. Files are stored on storage media, typically referred to as hard drives, thumb drives, disk drives, those kinds of things. And we group files together in folders. These terms that we use are just terms that are helpful to us in thinking about these things. Folders is just a collection of files. And a folder can contain other folders. You all know this, right? It's pretty standard kind of stuff. And every file and folder has a path that says this is where this file is located, or this is where the folder is located. In Windows, they use drive letters. And so the typical place where most of your files are stored today are on the C drive, or C colon. Then they have the slashes indicating separation of folder names. And then we get to usually the last thing is the file name. The file name has an extension. Do you know what the extension is used for? Anyone? What's the extension used for? The type of file. Usually the extension gives you some indication of what's inside. A .docx is usually a Word document. .mp3 is usually an audio file. .mp4 is usually a video file. A .txt is usually a text file. A .cs is C# file. So file types or the extension tell you what's contained in it. Normally, this is the part that's really important. Normally, Windows hides the file extension from you to make Windows magical and supposedly easy. For what we're doing in this class at this time, you need to turn the file extensions on. It's going to make your world a lot easier. You will need to see the file extension. Please follow along on these next steps. You're going to want to open your Explorer, Windows Explorer. That's usually this little folder. In my case, it's down here in the lower left corner. It's just like a little yellow folder. Click on that and open this up. Please follow along with this, or you'll have to do it on your own by following instructions on the class website. So the first thing you do is you open any folder, and then you're going to switch to the View tab. There's a File, Home, Share, View tab. You want to go to the View tab. From the View tab, you're going to look for this little check mark that's over here that says Check File Name Extensions. You want to make sure that that is checked on. You want to see the file name extensions. To confirm whether or not you're seeing it, you can go to click on the Details and take a look at what the details are showing you. I'm going to walk through this real quickly so you can kind of see how it looks on my screen. I'm going to turn my file name extensions off. So I'm going to first go someplace on my hard drive that will kind of show you this. I'm going to go to the Windows, real exciting folder. System32 folder. Oh, this is great. All right. So down here, I see all these files, and I'm not always sure what this Windows Update Toast icon is. If I say Show File Extensions, and I scroll down here, I now see .pngs on the end of all of these. This is going to be very important for the assignment that I've just handed out, Windows Basic Skills. It's also important when you're going to be zipping and sending your assignments to me. If you don't get the right files in the zip file when you send it to me, it's not going to turn in correctly, and I'll respond saying, sorry, you didn't get it turned in correctly. Any questions up to this point? Anybody have a hiccup up to this point? It's all silent. Okay. Moving on.
You have to do that every 5.
No, you just do that once, and now when you log in on that computer, it will always be saved that way. There's a bunch of file manipulation tasks that we do in Windows. You're going to need to be familiar with doing these. How to copy a file, how to move a file, how to rename a file, delete a file, search for files, and creating a, let's go back through these first. So if I am in I'm going to go through the very first few steps of this assignment. This is an assignment you're going to email me and turn in. If people help you with this assignment, you can put their name, just one, in your email when you turn it in, and they can get a green ticket. This is the first opportunity for you to do that. So I'm going to go to the class website. You too can do this. This is right from the assignment. Step 1 says make sure you're showing your file extensions. We already got past that. We're going to ignore step 2. Just move on to, don't worry about creating that folder because we're going to create it in a different way. I go to the class website and I come down to this section that says Windows Basic Skills. Here's this Windows Basic Skills.zip. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to download it. I'm choosing to put it on my desktop. That's up to you where you want to put it. Please put it on your desktop. It's going to make your life easier. So you could choose where you're going to put it. It probably is defaulting to downloads. Go to desktop and put the zip file on your desktop. And it doesn't matter if it's called Windows Basic Skills _1.zip or Windows Basic Skills.zip. Either one is fine. So I'm going to save that, and I'm going to put it on my desktop. So I have this zip file. Come on. I didn't say double click it, did I? Don't double click it. So I'm going to right-click on that file, if my computer will cooperate. Right-click on the file. You're going to have different choices here. I've already customized mine a little bit. Look for the one that says 7-zip. 7-zip. I just hovered my mouse over that. And I'm going to choose this one. Extract to Windows Basic Skills, in this case, Windows Basic Skills _ So 7-zip, extract to Windows Basic Skills. That created a folder on my desktop called Windows Basic Skills 1. Yours might be called Windows Basic Skills. Either or is fine. See how one has a Z on it and one does not? They both look like folders. This one that has the Z on it is the zip file. We don't need it anymore right now. I'm going to just keep it around just in case I make a mistake, because then I can reset. So now I'm going to go into this folder that says Windows Basic Skills 1. And this is where I'm going to do all the work for this assignment. is inside this folder. Make sure you don't go inside the zip file and try to make changes in the zip file. That's not going to work for what you want to do. So I'm going to diverge from the assignment for a quick second. You know how to copy a file? So I can select one. I'm going to select this very first one, which is 0131.jpg. I can right-click on it, and I could say copy. That just tells Windows, we're about to make a copy of this file. I haven't told you where I want to copy it to, but I've identified what I am copying. And then I'm going to go onto the desktop. I'm going to make this window a little bit smaller. I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to right-click on my desktop, and then there's a paste option. Paste means whatever we're copying, we're going to put here. And so I say paste, and it made a copy. So 131 still stays there, and I have a copy of 131 out here on my desktop now. And it's a JPG file, which tells you it's probably a graphic. Now, if I want to delete it, I can right-click on it, and I can say delete. Now, I can also move the file. Moving the file means take it from where it's currently at and move it to someplace else. So I can right-click on it, and I can say cut. It's kind of the same way as beginning a copy. But when I say paste this time, you'll notice 131 disappeared from the Windows Basic Skills folder, and now it's been moved out here. I'm going to put it back by just simply dragging and dropping it back over there. And it's back in its original place. Now, if I want to make a shortcut, what's a shortcut?
You have an icon that'll direct you towards certain files or folders or anything.
Exactly. It's an icon that's really kind of like a bookmark to somewhere else. And so originally I'm going to create a shortcut to this 131 file. I'm going to continue to pick on this 131 file. And I'm going to say I want to create a shortcut. So down here it says create shortcut. And it just created a shortcut right next to it. It's not the literal file. It's just a shortcut or a bookmark to the real file. So I can move that shortcut now. I'm just dragging and dropping it to my desktop. And I have a shortcut to this 131 file. So even though I'm on my desktop, when I double-click on it, I'm opening the file, but it's down in this Windows Basic Skills folder. You'll be asked to create a shortcut. I'm going to delete the shortcut, which doesn't do anything to the original file. So, good morning.
Hey, I just put it in class.
Oh, boy, I'm sorry. Oh, congratulations. Tell me your name.
My name is Luke.
Luke. Hi, Luke.
Sit anywhere.
Well, we're trying to be spaced. Are you okay going back over? Brad, is anybody sitting next to you?
No.
I know no one's sitting there right now, but on the far side of Brad, raise your hand if you're okay back there.
Yeah.
Okay. Luke, welcome. You'll be forever immortalized on this video. Sorry. Okay. So we've gone over copying a file, deleting a file, doing a shortcut. Let's talk about editing a file. If I open this file called Computers Are Fun, I just opened it by double-clicking on it. I can open it and I can start typing text in the file. If I want to reorder, you're going to be doing this in the assignment. If I want to reorder the text, I can highlight some text and I can Control X, which cuts it. I can move where I want to paste it, and then I can click Paste. Okay, that's kind of a tedious part of things. And if I don't want to save my changes, I just say Don't Save when I exit. Now, one part is going to be searching your files. Searching your files looks something like this. There's this search box up here, and it's asking you to search for the JPEG, all the graphic files or something like that. Or what does it say? Oh, you're searching for HTML files. So if I'm searching for HTML files, I'm just going to put .htm right here and hit enter. And here's the list of files that end with HTML. This list right there. There are other files that have HTML inside of them, but these first 5 are the ones that have HTML as an extension. I can click go back, and I'll go back to kind of where I was. Any questions up to this point? For the whole class or you specifically?
No, whenever I download something, it wants to open as the WinRAR.
Yeah, I know. Okay. All right, I'm going to end the video here, and then I'm going to come around and help you. Is that okay?